Sagittarius. All right, last but not least. Your reading completely cut after, got a hair sticking out there. When I was channeling for a fellow viewer, our managing moderator. Okay, and she sent me a picture of the ring, all right, and the interference kicked in. So, I still have your cards out, okay, and the messages that I have the cards, all of that. And the messages that I had come through was Brack. Yeah. So I sat with my oversoul, okay? I stepped back and let my oversoul take the wheel. All right, and called in your higher guides, okay? Yeah, I called in my higher guides, okay, and I asked the lower density energies, or the ones furthest away from the sun, to step back while I deliver this message, okay? I normally do not do that because I am a firm believer, if I give one a voice, I give them all a voice, okay? Which is why, okay, this is going along with the message, which is why I'm not the most so-called popular reader, because I'm raw and I'm unfiltered. This isn't a show. This isn't me wearing a mask. This isn't me putting on for anybody, okay? Raw honesty, okay? So that in itself is a message for you, okay? So let me see if I can pull up the picture of this ring. Give me a second. I am not cutting, okay? Give me a second. And we are back, okay? And we are back, okay? I should have did this beforehand, but I did not. This is a picture of the ring, all right? You could have a ruby. You may need to work with rubies. Any of those insignias could be of significance to you. Let me plug in the mic. All right. I know for me personally, I as well wear a ruby ring, okay? It actually has symbology on it as well. It is very old. But anyway, let's get to your message. All right, so the word that I had coming through when I was channeling, that I was hearing, hopefully it's still on here, was, I just got really tired in your energy. You have a lot of interference in your energy, okay? You're in between. So the meaning of brack depends on its usage, but can refer to salty water, an opening or crack in a solid object, a flaw in a cloth, an Irish fruit bread called barm brack, or even a surname. Its original meaning related to the Dutch word brack, meaning brackish or worthless, which, yeah, my heart chakra, okay, which gave rise to the sense of salty water and the adjective brackish. Oh, yeah, I'm really tired and my heart hurts. All right, so Brack. These are the channelings, okay? I've spent the last probably 30 minutes trying to gather up these messages for you. All right. Salty water, an opening in a crack in a solid object, flaw in a cloth or structure, exposure or an opening. So the crack through which light enters and a flaw that can no longer be hidden. Breaking open illusions and revealing of truth. The interference, okay. And the ruby ring symbology. Energetic insight. Rubies are tied to the root chakra and the heart chakra. Passion, power, and ancestral karma. So whatever that you're going through, okay, you have, all right, the in-between, okay. We have ancestors that are here to help us, okay, because they want to ascend, and others want things to stay the same. So this interference that you feel, okay, and I'm also feeling my root chakra there being drained, okay. Not all ancestors, okay, want you to achieve, okay. We'll put that out there. Okay, so the ancestral karma, all right, this is what you're needing to release, all right, and it's stored in your root, in your heart chakra, okay. This may be a toxic family dynamic that you're not wanting to let go of. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so the energetic resistance to your mission, all right, getting through, yeah, the resistance, okay, because you know whatever this is toxic for you and you need to let it go. Unseen forces trying to block the light. I just heard a deep humming there. A signal someone is getting spiritually called out, okay, when the live completely cut, okay, spirit is calling you out. The old ring, karmic cycles, contracts, or relationships that are no longer in alignment. You cannot hide. So this reading is for people, anybody resonating with strong Sagittarius energy, okay, from your calling or your mission, all right. You can no longer hide in the old version of self, okay, and this is a direct message from spirit, all right. You can no longer hide in the old version of self. The cracks are showing and the salt of truth is stinging, but also cleansing. What you thought was protecting you has worn thin. The light is pouring in. Your awakening can't be stopped. And also, I was talking about this type of situation on the reading that I did, the Rikki Tikki Tavi. This, you can no longer fake being asleep, okay? Spirit, your guide, spirit, your oversoul is not going to let you backpedal. Your guides are no longer allowing illusions or avoidance. Okay, the themes that they would like you to meditate on, okay, everybody has free will, is higher truth, expansion, freedom, divine mission, breaking illusions, courage to be seen. You can no longer hide the truth. The truth is cracking through. I think that might be the title of your reading. Also, the ring, the salt, and the awakening. You may want to create a sacred circle with salt, okay, and meditate on these themes, okay? So, we're going to backpedal, okay? I just got tired again. Hi, Maya. So, these are the cards that came out in your reading. Anger in Chains 29. Let's remove that so that Anger in Chains 29, somebody could be 29 or born in 92. That's an 11. All right, scorpionic energy, but justice, the balancing of scales, okay? Yeah, Anubis, right? Transformation. All right, we also have transformation coming out here at 13. Scorpionic energy. And we have 9, not only your energy, but Virgo in spiritual strength. Hi, Jared. Instinct to my insanity. So, when I was first channeling your messages, okay, I was getting pains in my upper arms before these cards come out. All right, and I was saying that somebody has either lifts, okay, or they're tired. They've been packing, they've been carrying something, they've been lugging something, okay, because my biceps hurt. More so it was my right one. Okay, and this card came out. All right, the holding up this facade, or holding on to this ancestral karma that you need to release. Okay, it's okay to let it go. Now I know who that message is for. We'll get into this in a second, okay? Your higher self, your oversoul, okay, is no longer going to let you hide. All right? The cracks. It's time for you to be seen. No more hiding. All right? Why? I understand, okay, because it's hard to let go of your old life and the ego self, okay, but not everybody can go with you. All right, that blood bond, more times than not, is karmic, and that blood doesn't make you family always. All right, your soul tribe is a whole different breed, and they will accept you and love you for who you are. They won't try to change you, but they will accept you and push you to be the best version of yourself at your core. Forgetting oneself. 17, Aquarius energy also condenses down to an 8. All right, Scorpionic energy and Leo energy. Leo is about ego. It's also the sun, okay? The cracks of light getting through. All right, and the 8th house is Scorpio, the underworld, okay? And the mask here. If you notice on both of these cards, all right, the third eye has adornments. You see, all right, and you see clearly, right? There's no coincidence as to why I have this on my third eye today. I wore this to my matrix job. I do not hide. I am not ashamed of who I am, and I'll be who I am, right? Yeah, okay, so now I know who this message is for, and this can go ahead and get out, all right? So, I went through a huge purge and an activation yesterday. Also, your joints could be sore, all right? I know I felt this in my knees, in my spine, okay, my elbows, my wrists. Mostly in my knees, though. Capricorn rules the knees. It's Saturn. It's about structure. Okay, not only that, but it symbolizes, it bears the most weight. All right, just like this card. All right, the being bound to structures that your ancestors, okay, that they are stored in your DNA, okay, they couldn't break themselves out of, all right, these structures, all right, the carrying, the packing of collective trauma and karma, okay, and it's being released through your knees. A structure has been released, okay, but you're still kind of sort of holding it up, all right. Hopefully my mic doesn't cut. Let's turn this. Lots of interference on your reading. All right. Lots of interference on your reading. So, at 2:36, all right, I'm not sure if this is AM or PM, all right, but it happened for me in the PM, okay. Also, this won't happen for you if you're around others, okay? So at 2:36, all right, you have a cathartic experience that changes everything. All right, I cried for um one period for 30 minutes, okay? And it's not because I was sad or anything. It was me integrating, okay? And it was helping release these traumas off of the collective, all right? And then about an hour, hour and a half later, I cried again. And I'm not talking, oh my God, here come little crocodile tears. I'm talking snot flying out of my nose, like deep roars, okay? Um, yeah, and it was exhausting, okay? After the first cry is when the joints started, okay? And I felt really good and refreshed today. So, yeah, a cathartic experience, okay? This is, you're going to feel the love of your oversoul, okay? And go watch the reading that I did today. You can know this person is faking being asleep, all right? Because when you are big, your oversoul is little. And when your oversoul is little, you are big, meaning the ego. All right, so the ancestor reading, it's a Scorpio reading. Go watch that. It has a Kachina on it. Your ancestors are about to make themselves known. All right. You are stepping into bigger shoes. The Capricorn reading, the Cosmic Weaver will go with this, and there is an extended on members if you choose to join over there. You were born for this. Hand-picked, pre-birth plan. All right. The Stargate you entered from will be open to you October 24th through November 24th. You are older than Sirius and older than Lyra. Okay. You are from Polaris, okay? I'm hearing, for some of you guys, even pre-Polaris, okay? So the messages that I had: life balance, balancing different elements in life, work hard and play hard, mentality, achieving it all in perfect balance. And there's, for every star that's in the night sky is a neuron in the brain, okay? That is the consciousness stream that you come from. Difficult road, spirit of perseverance, being prepared for great things, walking the hard path in life. Spirituality, becoming more spiritually aware, more spiritually focused, choosing a spiritual path. An easy road, good karma flowing into your life, a comfortable average life, making it through life unscathed. And many of you have been choosing the easy road, okay, pretending that you're asleep in this, I'm hearing matrix full of monkeys, okay? What is it? Dance, monkey dance. Yeah, the strings, right? And yes, when you first start out on your spiritual journey, okay, you're going to lose a lot, all right? It is difficult, all right, but it's going to continue to be difficult for you internally, okay, unless you get on your path. I am also seeing this as, okay, stuck between two worlds. As long as you're on your path, you will be provided for, okay? It's the letting go part. And like I said, right, the becoming more spiritually aware. So I'm going to read this one more time. This was a direct channeled message from Spirit. You can no longer hide in the old version of self. The cracks are showing and the salt of truth is stinging. Right, that heart chakra. but it is also cleansing. What you thought was protecting you has worn thin. The light is pouring in. Your awakening cannot be stopped. Yes, this is the third part of the all signs. I did the first half, which is linked in the last part that I did earlier. Sagittarius was cut during a very important message. There was a lot of interference. And so I sat with the guides, okay, and I've spent the last 30 minutes mapping and channeling messages. Instinct, my insanity. Love your black dot on your forehead. Thank you so much. I have also have the black dot chin. I love that. I made myself walk around with a giant hickey today for that ego. Damn it, Bobby. Jared. Period. Oh. I just blocked one of my former classmates. I emailed you about it. I felt called to look up his name on social media and found out he was arrested in July. Wow, are you running in my mind? Sorry I had to say it out loud and it was shocking and unsettling. Jared is on another level. We love Jared. You guys, Jared, we actually know each other out in the world, out in the so-called real life. So, yeah, always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Jared, thank you for joining, members. I will get on members, okay, probably tomorrow when I get off of work, and we will get on there, and I will do a couple readings for you guys, little mini personals, and we'll see what we can see. I will probably do it at about 6 o'clock. I want to say 6 because it seems like that's a better time than 5. How to book personal reading, please. So if you go to, you can email me at divinationdawn8@gmail.com, and I can get a hold of you that way. It's $50 for a half an hour or $100 an hour, but my members, they get 10% off as long as they're a member. So if you're a member, it's 45 for a half an hour or 90 for an hour. But also, if that's to make it more affordable, I do get on members and I give my members free mini personal readings. Yeah, so yeah, just let me know. You can also get on Venmo and book with me. Yeah. Send Dawn an email. Thank you so much, Taylor. Divinationbydawn8@gmail.com for details about a personal read. Yes. And I will be getting on after work tomorrow to do a couple more members readings. Okay, got it. Thanks. You're welcome. I have a pretty amazing reading that I channeled during that transcendental I would say it's even more than that. It was really deep. Why the connection was strong yesterday. And we are going to be talking about I'm going to be going deeper into the oversoul, okay? Source, intermediaries, the monads, cosmic intelligent, the divine logos, Mercury retrogrades, like how all this ties in, energy transference, the neural network, soul fragments, so on and so forth, okay? There's quite a few pages, but it is very enlightening. Yeah. So, who I'm talking to, Sagittarius. All right. You may be dealing with your oversoul in your outer reality. And yes, it does. The highest expression, okay, or the fractal or core node within the oversoul's cluster, okay? You may have met that person. You could be that person, okay? But yeah. Hi, Sandy. Or the viewership, we get separate higher souls or high vibration individuals from everyone else. Yes, not everybody has a higher self, okay? But not everybody has the same oversoul. The oversoul is the main, the core node within that cluster. If you would rather, it's like an elder, okay? It's like having an elder, right? An ancient elder, okay? And that elder's firstborn, okay? You could think of the elder as the oversoul, and the so-called oversoul's firstborn as being the core node. The oversoul, yeah, the highest expression in the human form, okay? Stay with me. The oversoul, okay? The earthly embodiment, the highest expression or the core node, okay, would be here acting as a representative of the oversoul in a human embodiment, okay? And then you have, okay, then it goes in line, okay, the cluster. So really beautiful that. The answer is yes. The answer is yes, Sagittarius. Whoever just asked that, the answer is yes. Okay? Yes. Yes, yes, and yes. So, direct. All right? Yes and direct. You could be seeing cardinals or dreaming of cardinals. Oh, and ravens came through. The first time I started this message for you, and a friend of mine gave me this not long ago. Yeah, birds are messengers, okay? Remember that. And the other answer to your question is yes. Yes. Yes and yes. They don't just have one embodiment. It's called quantum physics. When will you do Gemini? I just did Gemini on the last all signs, the one that I did prior to tonight, and the timestamps are up. I don't know when I will actually sit down and do a plain, like a single sign Gemini, because you know, it would be easy for the ego to pump these readings out, and you know, like, I'm not trying to compare because there is no comparison, but I really put a lot of care into these readings, okay? And it does take a lot out of me, the human vessel, to channel these readings and to pull all the information. okay? Because I'm not just, I don't just get the visions, or I don't just hear, or I don't just, I pull from everything, everything that's around me, my inner, my outer. Um, yeah, when spirit tells me to, I'm not trying to be funny about it, but I do handle these with care, and I'm not just going to push out crap just to have content out there. I can't sell out in that way. I can't. Um, yeah, I could tone down and I could only focus on love readings, but that's not what I'm here for. I love delivering love readings, but if that's not what the energy that comes through and I'm housing at that time wants to be conveyed, I can't change a message. Gemini was in part one, I believe. I was listening when I was in class. Yes, Gemini, I did earlier, the one before this reading. Yeah, the Gemini reading could be significant to whoever's watching this. The Sagittarius, that is your polar opposite. No, this is just Sagittarius, because Sagittarius's reading, there was so much interference that it completely cut. Oops, I didn't realize that. You're all good, Miss Sandy. Sending love and positive energy and blessings and positive energy to you too, love. She's not a machine, folks. It would be much easier, wouldn't it? Yep, I gotta withstand aquatics. I'm a Sagittarius rising. This was a very beautiful reading. Yeah, so I will be back on tomorrow. I do have, I'm all the time channeling. It's the organizing and see how it applies to the outer. Okay, that takes more time. If you guys feel guided, join members. I am getting on members tomorrow, and I will be doing a couple members reads. Okay, when you join members and I do the members readings, I don't charge for them. It's kind of like a thank you, and I do those quite often. Um, but I will be hopping on members, okay? And the all signs, the individual signs, they get done more on members than they do the main channel. Salt bath, yes, ma'am. I love you guys. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for returning. I really appreciate the way that you guys show up for you, these messages, the oversoul, the higher self, the interdimensional beings, so on and so forth. Yeah, Jared, you take care of that. You take care of that hickey, okay? Taylor, I love you guys. Aw, peace, love, and light.